Bako, which we saw them play the first time we casted them, and then the Lucy Ashka, which is pretty standard. And I think I have the teams on the right side. Yeah, I do. Okay, so Sven says, oh, he's on the phone at the moment. Yeah, get another phone, man. Jeez, come on. Yeah, more ears too. Listen to both streams and comprehend both of them. What are you doing? So Lucy's going to get potency to help with some of the debuffs. Going to be able to heal a little bit. And then Blaze, which is standard. Got the Wall Slam, which is pretty standard. And we've seen him get the Crescent Wound every time. So he wants to do more burst damage. All you are burst damage belongs to us, is what he's saying. So Skywind going to avoid the Petrified, but going to come in, gets the Weaken. Bako leaping in, trying to put a little bit of pressure. The M2's coming out, not able to hit both players, but Bako does take a little bit of pressure himself. Ashka coming in now onto the Sirius, going to be able to hit a couple M1s. The heal's coming out, Petrified not going to hit, but he pushes the orb right into the enemy team, but the blue team gets it. So blue team's still going to grab it. Here comes the ultimate, gets the single ult. I thought it had the double, but is just going to miss. As Bako taken down dangerously low, the Incap coming out. The shield coming out here from the Bako R. So as the Bako jumps in, going to be pushed away immediately from the Lucy. The Bulwark coming out, but Lucy going to be able to fear him away. Taken down so low. The Deadly Inject. There's the M1 from Ashka. The counter not going to be triggered. And I think this is going to be it here for the Sirius. Don't want to call it too early. There it is. So first round of the Grand Finals is going to go in favor of Team CC. I'm sorry, no, of Team Skywing. I said in favor of Team CC. I'm a liar. It's of Skywing. And so good job here by Skywind in DZN, making it to their second straight final in a row. Team Full Daniel was only half represented here by Niwa, but Daniel from BLC is in the chat today. So guys, send him some love. He had something going on apparently that he couldn't do it. Ashka going to try to jump back. Did get the Weaken though. No Petrify going to hit. Playing it slow right now. A lot of Blood Axes coming out. So the orb's going to spawn here in 1 second. Decides to loop in. Gets the Weaken. Bako putting a little bit of pressure onto that middle orb. Will he be able to grab it? It looks like he did. The stun was not in time. So red team's going to get that early energy advantage. Leaping in. Gets the Incap. Here's the follow-up. Gets the Weaken. No, the Weaken did not get taken. It ended up, I think, getting dispelled right away. There's the ultimate coming out, doing a bit of damage to Petrify, though stopping it a little early. The stun onto him. So Team CC actually getting CC'd a little bit more here from the Blue Sea and Ashka combo. Ashka going to be able to pick up that middle orb with his ultimate. Good use, so already at 25%. The M2's Bulwark going to stop it. Gets the Incap. Oh man, the Petrified just going to miss. So because he broke the Incap, not able to keep him Petrified. Coming in on the Lucy, gets the Weaken. Fear not going to hit. This is a big opportunity. Her barrier's down. There's the ultimate. Gets her into the corner. The Bulwark coming out. There's the Incap. Will they be able to set up any more damage? Here comes the Petrified. Going to miss. The Petrify, though, the double Petrify actually coming out there from Lucy. So good job. Deadly Injects coming out as Ashka ended up then petrifying. So the orb being reset up on. Here's the ultimate. And I think the blue team, or I'm sorry, the red team actually ended up getting that one. I'm not sure who got that. Deadly Injects as the M2 come out. The counter's going to hit, though. He's falling way back. The heal's coming out. The Petrify going to leap away. Not going to be able to get it. I'm not going to be able to keep both people in the frame. So it looks like Sirius is going to be taken out as the Deadly Inject is going to go onto the Bako. Bako going to give up this round. So unfortunately got super separated in a way that was not in their favor. Oh man. So Corinne, but she says Daniel is the reason we get this garbage finals. Well, I don't know. This is going to be a good final, man. I think you'll be excited. I actually thought that the Bako comp was a little bit weaker than the Freya comp, so I'm surprised that they ran this. I felt that the Freya comp was much stronger. So we'll see if they end up switching there in between rounds or not. So not only is Ashka a pretty hard matchup for Bako, this map is also totally not a wall slam map for Bako. Yeah, we'll see how they're going to do. Again, I think that the Freya just worked so much better, but we'll see how it goes here. So Sirius going to jump in. Not going to be able to hit the Weaken. Really unfortunate for his team there. That's a lot of damage out. Gets the Incap though. The Petrify coming out onto Lucy. Does hit it, but she immediately dispels. So very good job here by the Lucy. Gets the Fear. A lot of pressure now coming onto the Bako. Bako going to use his shield though, and to mitigate a lot of that damage. Red team ends up getting the orb as Ashka and Lucy are trying to reposition in the back. The Petrify coming out, not going to be able to hit. The EXQ is going to Petrify onto Sirius. So Bako in the corner, able to survive, though the counter is going to hit as damage trying to follow up here onto the Ashka. Ashka taking a bit of pressure, but nothing too bad as Bako is a little low. Spacing in, here comes the ultimate, gonna leave it, avoid it, and ends up stealing the middle orb. So good job there, good play by the Bako as Bako gets the in cap. The shield coming out, now's their opportunity to go on Lucy. Here's the ultimate coming out, the stun's gonna hit. Actually, he spaces out of it. The ultimate now onto him, and Ashka taken down very low. Here comes the Petrify, just barely gonna miss as Bako is gonna get petrified by the Ashka. Ashka gonna leap over, grab a couple of the health orbs. The heal's coming out. Petrify gonna break now. The Blood Axe is coming out. And I think that the red team got that. I'm not 100% sure. That was one that was really hard to see. Not sure who got that middle orb as they both leap in onto the Ashka, trying to chase him down, not able to get the Blood Axe onto him. Or the weaken. There's the in cap, a couple auto attacks coming out. Both players are petrified, one by each person. The bulwark now coming out. There's the leap. He avoids the damage from the deadly inject. There's the weaken onto Lucy, turning onto Ashka. Ashka putting a bit of damage here. There's the ultimate, and he is going to survive though. So barely able to survive. Here comes the stun, just misses both players. Who ends up getting this good heal there by the Sirius to keep his Bako alive, and I believe they ended up getting that middle orb. Yes, they did. So Outcast and Sketch here for Team CC, trying desperately to get this kill into Ashka. Ashka taken up actually quite a bit now, has quite a bit of health. There's the weaken into the R. He's going to have to run away. Barriers down. Now's the opportunity to follow up the double Petrify though. Here's the setup with the stun. So much damage coming out with that double stun. Double stun, double petrify combo. There's the weaken onto him, trading M1's gonna come in with the R, resetting it, hits his EXM1, and is gonna be taken out now as Sirius not able to 2v1, but that was a really hard position for him to be in. So let's take a look here at these Battlerites. I saw Sven say that, so thank you for reminding me, Sven. Is he's got the alacrity to move faster, the movement speed after roll. These two are pretty standard, and then we see Firestorm Bolts reduce the cooldown of Searing Flight, which that one's a little different. We don't see that one too often. Usually we see Conflagration there. And then we see the Shield Dash, Inspiration, and then Light Speed, move faster when weapon is charged, and then the Restore Sunlight charges on hit of Prismatic Strike. So being able to get his heals back up with his R. So thanks for pointing that out, Sven. So I was able to do that for the viewers, both on YouTube and in Twitch. Quite a bit of pressure here coming onto Sirius, eating a lot of M1s from both players. Gonna jump in, not able to hit his weaken. It wasn't up yet. The Deadly Inject is just gonna miss, so now's the opportunity for them to go in. The Panic coming out, getting reflected. Big damage onto Lucy. Lucy gonna roll into the energy, and she's gonna get in cap. There's the ultimate, and she has no way to roll out of there. And now another ultimate. She's taking down super low. There's the kill. And the first kill onto the blue team here for Team CC. Great job of following up onto that Lucy. The Petrify coming out, just barely not going to hit. Here's the stun, and I think actually he stole that. I think he stole that with the stun. Gets the double ultimate as the blue team trying so hard to come back, and that blue team is just Skywin here on the Ashka. Both players are very low. They have very similar health, but it's 2v1, so much more damage can come out in the favor here of the red team as he comes around the corner. The Petrify is going to hit. The in-cap now going to hit. The M1, the EXM1 just barely missing, and there's the Blood Axe to give the first round here in favor of Team CC. So good job here by this Bako Sirius combo, and they really just blew up that Lucy. They made Lucy use her roll really early, and she didn't have much energy, and because of that, the almost entire ultimate of Sirius was able to get that kill onto her. So that was pretty impressive. We see the Sticky Goo getting increased slow. The Everlasting Fire, which is pretty normal. The Shield is normal. And then again, this is the one that I'm kind of surprised about. The Astral Beam. I kind of like the other one because it resets your heals and it resets your weakening strike. So I actually kind of like that one more, and most people aren't really in your face, especially when they're too ranged. So I would have liked to see the other one picked up, but that's not a big deal, I don't think. Petrify going to hit. I'm sure they're going to see an in-cap now. There's the in-cap. Do we see any follow-up? No, but it's going to get dispelled almost immediately. Bulwark out. Going to get reflected. And, oh, the blue team ends up stealing it. So good job here by the blue team. He's going to reset his heals. Heals coming out, trying to keep his team up as he jumps in onto this Lucy. Lucy is going to miss the fear, so here's their opportunity. Going to hit the Sirius. The in-cap, oh, hits the Ashka. I thought they were going there for the Lucy. Going to leap in. She's taking quite a bit of damage, but those M2s pushing him very far away. and not going to be able to do too much damage. So the red team does get the middle orb, though, 54% to 80%. That's a pretty significant life advantage. Hits the end cap into the blood axe. There's the bulwark, going to push him away, and some pretty decent damage coming out onto Bluesy. There's the ultimate, and still going to hit. Doesn't hit the full damage, but gets a bit. Gives the end cap. There's the war axe. The bulwark coming out. Not going to be able to follow up too much as she used her barrier. So the EXQ coming out there to get the petrify, but the counter in cap leaps in, does get the hit. There's the petrify, just misses actually from the barrier, gonna get pushed away, just misses his R skill. So there's the stun into a lot of M2s, a lot of pressure coming out here onto Sirius. Sirius trying to get away, and he's not gonna be able to. He's taken out as Bako tries to come back in, and there's the petrify, and just again a little bit too spread out were these teams, or I'm sorry, were these players here for Team CC. We're going to have to see how they adjust here. DZN and Skywind are no stranger to being in the finals. They know what it takes to be on the high end. They did take a map from Full Daniel, I believe, last time. And otherwise, Full Daniel has really ran the ship here. So let's see as they come into the middle. Will they be able to get another round here and bring themselves back in? The space is used. Incap just going to miss. Bulwark coming around the corner. Jumps in onto him. Going to get pushed away. And now the barrier coming up. The stun going to miss both players. And he's going to be able to space away. So not really getting too much damage here onto the Ashka. Able to reflect that bolt to put Ignite on him. I believe the red team ended up getting that. Leaping in. Not going to be able to get the damage. There's the Incap Petrify setup. Big damage onto Lucy now, and she also feared herself from the bulwark. The petrify coming out from the EXQ. The counter not going to trigger. Going to space in, heal up his teammate as he leaps in, hitting both players. Gets the in cap again. Weaken onto Lucy. Lucy not going to be able to hear. Here's the stun. The petrify hitting both people. The ultimate into Bako. Lucy's going to get taken down low. There's the ultimate now from the Sirius, taking her down to basically one hit using the barrier. She's barely alive. The pressure's staying up there. The stun is going to peel. He spaces in. Will he get the kill as Ashka ults? There's the blood axe to get the kill. And the petrify not going to hit. So good job getting the in cap. They're able to fall back. Going to try to set up. Get the weaken. Will they be able to get the middle orb? They do. So going to continue to show their dominance. The EXM1 not going to hit in time as they grab a couple orbs. The in cap just barely going to miss there. Leaping back in towards the center, giving the shield to his teammates. The petrify does hit. Will they set it up? Here comes. There's the EXM1 into the in cap, into the damage, pushes him back. Not going to be able to get that double ult. Leaps in, gets weakened. The ultimate only doing half damage again because of that weaken. And there is round number 2 for Team CC. Man, they're doing a good job coming back. I thought for sure that could have been it. When you're down 4-1, it is hard to stay positive. But they came back, take another round. Is this, do I smell a comeback? Is this a comeback? Or is this just a short-lived fantasy? What is going to happen here? Will they be able to do that again? They're able to bait out the barrier from Lucy and then do some huge damage follow-up. Here's the petrify, not going to hit. He's able to leap away. Incap just going to miss. Coming in onto Lucy, the fear is going to hit. Deadly injection now on him, gets the counter, and the deadly injection still does hit though, as they put in tons of pressure here onto this Lucy. Lucy getting taken down to a quarter. Bulwark coming out, going to leap back in. The weaken's going to hit her again. The petrify though has now come out. Here come the M2s as they try to get pressure back onto Lucy. Going to leap over the wall. The barrier has been used. So now is the time for them to go in hard. The petrify just missing there from Sirius. The red team able to get them the middle orb. The ult just missing, but able to get the follow-up. There's the in cap. The counter going to come out. Goes back onto the Sirius. No, the ultimate coming out. Oh, man, so much damage. Huge damage onto the Lucy. She's down to less than a quarter. The petrify coming out. There's the in cap. He's leaping in, forcing her back into the Sirius. Sirius trying to get in there. Gets the weaken. She's taken out again. The EXQ is going to petrify, but not in time as he leaps away, trying to heal. There's the in cap. Full health, though, onto this Ashka. Ashka going to hit the counter as she tries to heal back up. Getting a couple more heals. Here's the petrify, and he's going to be able to get a couple more orbs. So good job. And he gets the incapacitate there and allows his teammate to grab even more orbs. So healing way back up is the Sirius, as Sirius was taken down dangerously low. The petrify going to hit, but they're just going to follow up with the damage, taking down Skywind very low. Ultimate coming out is going to hit, but the smash finally enough, and they take 2 straight rounds, bringing it at 3-4. So very good play here from Team CC. That was really awesome. Corinne says they had a game-changing hard swap on Lucy after she had casted barrier on the petrified Ashka. I didn't even notice that she cast it on a petrified Ashka, but I did notice that they burst her down like crazy. So they're going to have to try to do that again. They've been able to get 2 really good hard swaps, and the leap in, the bulwark going to be used. Sirius a little bit out of position now, taking a bit of pressure here from Ashka. The blood axes, the in cap not going to hit, but does hit the E. And he leaps in, not going to be able to hit the damage. So Bulwark's coming out, no real damage from Ashka. There's the Petrified, jump onto Lucy. The barrier is going to be used. There's the in cap. Blood Axe just barely going to miss. Trying to get in front for the counter. Gets the I think the red team got that one. I'm not 100% sure who got that. But the M2's coming out, going to leap in. Not able to hit with his E. Lucy taking a bit of pressure, gets weakened. The barrier is still doing work for herself. The Petrify coming out, gets the double ult. Ooh, this is not looking good here for the red team as they're getting taken down so low. But the burst damage onto Lucy. Lucy going to get taken down to about half, but Sirius is taken down to about a little bit less, and Baka only has maybe a third, if not a fifth health, and getting taken down very low. Both players are basically dead. Really unfortunate here after 2 really good rounds. The blue team here, Team Skywing, able to close it out.